What's up, interwebs? I'm Tim Green. This is my writing channel with awesome writing content, and you're listening to
The Chronicles of Skyler Grant.
Yes, Adam is reading. My buddy from ZOP Gaming.
Yo, what's up?
Is reading the first draft of the only novel I've ever pantsed. It is a first draft, a very first draft.
Yes. Yes, it is.
He is reading it as a first-time narrator. Doing it in one take.
One take.
And then we're talking about it afterwards, what I thought, what I was doing, why I did things, any questions or things he just wants to harp on that he found hilarious. We're doing chapter 11 today.
Yes.
So if you're not caught up, you can go back and listen to all the other 10 chapters that have come before it. Or you can just finish this chapter and then go back and find out what's going on. And I actually, Adam, I have to confess,
What?
I looked ahead a few chapters.
Yes.
Not what happens. We're about to get into the jumble of time jumps.
Oh, great.
Soon, in the next few chapters.
All right. They got the audience has a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, we've been saying this for a while, that the time jumps get crazy, and we're about to get into a few of them in the next few chapters. So before we go on to start with the reading of chapter 11, if you go on to like this video, why don't you go and smash that like button? It helps the channel. Also subscribe because of awesome writing content.
The Chronicles of Skyler Grant. Written by Tim Green. Narrated by Adam Daley. Chapter 11. That is how I saved you from going to jail, said Skyler, looking right at John. Without me, you would soon be the prime suspect of a disappearance of your daughter. Jenna and John were speechless. Jenna couldn't believe what she had just heard. The man the man in the back of the truck was sent to kidnap her so someone could experiment on her and then dispose of her once they got what they wanted. She turned and looked at her dad, who was staring out the side window. Thank you, said Jenna, turning back to face Skyler. It's nothing. Now that have your answers, I suggest we get going. Skyler and Jenna looked at John, who was still looking out his window. He turned and looked down at the wheel before looking in the rearview mirror. We need to get gas. With that, John shifted the truck into drive and they were off. 20 minutes went by and no one said anything. They passed a sign for a Quickway gas station that was only 2 miles away. It would not look good if they pulled into a public place with a man tied up in the back. Skyler had John pull off to the side of the road. Skyler, Jenna, and John got out. Jenna and John pulled out a tarp as Skyler jumped in the back and repositioned the soldier so that he would lay flat. Jenna turned back toward Skyler when the soldier attacked. He shot up and used his hands that were tied together like a club as they came down on the back of Skyler's neck. Jenna went to scream, but by the time she said anything, it would be too late. The soldiers upon him when they froze. Jenna was surprised. What she saw from the soldier, so was he. Skyler turned and looked at him and smiled. Do you really think that I'm that stupid? Said Skyler, looking right into the soldier's eyes. Now lay down. As he uttered the words, the soldier flew back, so he laid flat, his head smacking the floor of the truck with a loud thud, and was out. Once he was down, Skyler, Jenna, and John tied the tarp to the sides covering the back. Within a few minutes, they were back in the truck and moving. A few minutes passed when they pulled into a Quickway gas station. Once they stopped, John put it in park and turned the vehicle off. If you need anything, get it now. He opened the door, stepped out, shut his door behind him. Jenna opened her door and got out. Skyler followed after her, shutting the door behind him. Jenna walked around the front of the truck, across the road, and walked into the station. 3 hours earlier. Hello, said Detective Daniels. We found him? Said a voice on the other side. What? Said Daniels, sitting up on his couch. Where? We just got a call from operatives seeking out a target in Prattsville when a kid with dark blonde hair attacked them. So far, we know that only one man got away. Rest of the team of 5 is missing, including the team lead. How did the man get away? Number 8. He said he got away while kid was talking on his phone after being thrown against a tree once the kid was down. How does a 14-year-old kid throw a 215-pound man 30 feet? The kid is telekinetic. It's the only way he could. Whatever. Get to Prattsville now and find our missing men. And find the girl. I'm sending the target's address. Bring her in and make it look like her father did it. On my way, sir. Also, be sure to check in with number 8 at the hotel. You know the one. Get what you can from him and any other men that show up then get rid of them. Understood. Jenna scanned the back coolers for a drink, not sure what she was in the mood for. She looked through all the choices. Finally, after a few minutes of looking, she settled on Pepsi. She pulled open the cooler door, reaching in, pulled the Pepsi free from its track, and closed the door. Jenna turned, walked down the chip aisle, and began to browse the selection. While she was looking, she heard the door open and a bell ring. Not thinking much about it, she continued her search. She heard a moment later the cashier greet whoever had come in the door. "Shut up! Open the drawer and give me the money," said a voice. Jenna turned and saw a man in front of the cashier with a shotgun pointed right at him. She instantly dropped out of view, not wanting the man to know where she was there. Then she thought, what if her dad comes in to pay and the guy shoots him? She whips out her cell phone and dials his number. "Hello?" came her dad's voice. Jenna did not dare say anything. She just held the phone up to what was being said. It could be heard. "Hurry up!" "I'm going as fast as I can, sir." "I think you're wasting time. You better not have hit that silent alarm." The cashier said nothing. "You did!" Bang! Jenna jumped at the sound of the shot. She quietly raised up to see what had happened. She peered over the top of the candy rack to see a man with a black mask over his face behind the counter pulling money from the register. The cashier was nowhere in sight, but the splatter of blood could be seen on the window. The robber turned and she dropped. She lost her balance, slipped and fell into the chips with a loud thud and rattle of the chips. "Who's there?" shouted the robber. Jenna didn't say anything. She tried to get back to her feet so she could hide when she heard loud steps leading in her direction. In seconds, the robber stood at the front of the aisle looking down at her with his shotgun in hand. "This is your own lucky day," said the robber as he raised the weapon and pulled the trigger. Bang!
Wow.
That's right. I gotta add something to the chapter.
I love how he used the same voice from the call.
No, it's slightly different.
Sure.
The call is a little bit more like this. And, it's trying. While the robber is just always a little tweaked out, man. We're just out here just trying to get the cash.
All right,
man.
So, thoughts, Adam?
It's an odd chapter because we get Detective Daniels.
Yeah.
But that was a while ago, and now Jenna's, there. It's like it's an all over the place chapter that kind of doesn't feel like it needed to be done that way.
Yeah, if I was to rewrite this one, I would probably put the Detective Daniel stuff at the beginning of the chapter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then come in with Skyler explaining that's how I prevented you from going to jail, blah, blah, blah.
That way, you have the setup of blame it on the father.
Yeah.
And now, that's how I saved you from going to jail. And it's like, oh, yeah, no, that was the bad guy's plan all along.
Yeah, so I don't think I would have the soldier attack right there. Maybe it would, because what happens here at the Quick Mart.
Yes.
Because I forgot about that. They get robbed.
Bang.
The fact that a guy comes in with a shotgun, when there's obviously customer filling up
Yep.
right there.
Yes.
Let's see, it's one of those where you have split sides, where you had 2 pumps on each side. Skyler isn't there on one side, and then the heat comes in the other one, type thing. But
the way that it sounds like it's an old one-door place.
Yeah. So I don't know, but like, depending on how this turns out, maybe I would change it so he gets loose, uses the distraction to get loose.
Yeah.
And then later down the road he attacks, or he tries to make a break for it, or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to see how things come out, but I don't know if I would have him attack during this one.
It was so funny because like all he really did was sit up and swing his arms, and then was like immediately stopped
because of the telekinetic.
It was like, oh shit, I totally forgot that. Yeah, you have this ability that can just stop people. Fuck.
Apparently, his clubbing blow to the back of Skyler's head was not hard enough to knock out a 14-year-old boy.
Well, also the angle that he'd have to be at, because he was already laying down in the back.
Well, no, he popped up.
Well, yeah, but
so,
all he could do for pop up was he sat up. That's bonk.
Even if he did, I mean, he could come in like if you hit it on the back, directly on the back. Yeah, that doesn't take much to knock someone out from there. But his looks like it's coming down, so that probably is why it didn't.
Skyler's just like, what are you doing? Stop that.
Yeah. Maybe when he starts repositioning, he has to untime it, or something like that, and that he tries to make a move. But
it goes to like, he's down near, the guy's waist to try to pick him up and move him. Yeah. And that's when he clocks him on the back.
Try something, and
because the way it was described is that they opened up the back tailgate, and then the guy's like, "Ha!"
Yeah.
And it's like we see you. It's an open. It's an open bed. He's like, I
love how
I was trying to hide.
Flying him out on the floor of the truck, not the bed of the truck.
No, the floor
of the truck. So somehow he's inside the truck now. But yeah, I can't remember why I have the Robert come in and have him find Jenna.
Yeah, I know.
We'll have to wait for the future chapters to see if I can remember that one. I'm assuming maybe this is. I can't believe it was a reason to have Skyler once again save her with his powers.
Again.
It just doesn't make sense for me. Maybe I did. Maybe I just didn't think it was enough to point that out. But maybe to show her capabilities or something like that.
Now it would be cool if that was the moment that her stuff manifested.
Nope, I have a better scene for that one. Maybe a different. Maybe
it's her dad.
Maybe her teleportation ability isn't the first one that pops up, like I think it is.
Oh, maybe. Or she teleports with the guy.
Nope, because the teleportation one. When we get this, there's no doubt this is when her teleportation ability.
Damn it! Because it would be kind of cool that she switched places with the guy and he shoots himself.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, that sucks, buddy. No, that did not turn out in your favor at all. No.
That'd be a interesting twist on the teleportation. Instead of just teleporting, she starts off switching places with people.
Yep.
So that would be an interesting idea to start off with that. But yeah, I can't remember. It has to be for some reason, either to show her own physical abilities, or for maybe her first power is not teleportation.
Maybe.
Like Skyler's is his memory.
Yeah.
And be able to retain things and learn things fast, not just information.
Which Jing also did not tell him is his first power, even though they had an entire conversation about how it's his first power.
Yeah. Because again,
Jing is such an awesome, sarcastic teacher.
I'm almost certain that at that point it was all of them had learned things faster.
Oh, I can tell that that was supposed to be the precursor, but it's obvious that it's that is your first power, kid. Mm-hmm. That no matter what,
it's a sign that you have this ability.
But it's also a power because you can learn everything.
So
it's not really offensive unless you're learning offensive things. And then, look, man, why are you learning that offensive stuff?
Exactly. So it'll be interesting. I kind of want to do chapter 12 immediately after this, just sort of find that out. But It's a good place to hold off and wait for the next recording.
Exactly.
For that.
Next week, they're gonna get chapter 12.
Yep.
They have to wait an entire week.
We have to wait an entire week because we're done. We've just done a batch of recordings.
Now you're ruining the illusion.
No, I'm not.
I can't believe it.
All right. Anything else you want to add to this chapter?
No, not really.
Okay. But yeah, it was an interesting chapter. I do like this as a cliffhanger to the chapter. But I feel there needs to be more to the chapter.
Yes.
To it to be its own, to end this way.
I kind of feel, though, that you were right, that moving the Detective Daniels stuff to the beginning and then going from there was a lot, that would have worked a lot better.
Also, I would remove when Skyler to hide the guy tied up because they're stopped because he's talking. Then to drive for 20 minutes, then they need to get gas, and then stop before they get there to then, we need gas. Okay, we can't go pull up anywhere.
No.
So let me just rearrange them. Like, you got a tarp.
We just pulled over on the side of the road.
Again, after 20 minutes ago where we were stopped.
Yeah. It would have been better to do it while they were stopped.
Yeah. So I think that'd be a change I would make.
Also, I'd totally make a change, and John's truck has a cap on the back.
Well, Skyler's been in the back. He's not in the truck. He's in the cab with the soldier this entire time.
So yeah, it should have a top to it, because otherwise he's just riding in the back of an open truck.
Yeah,
which is against the law.
Well, I don't know if it was back then.
It is. It has been for quite some time.
Well, this is a fictional world where Angel grows from Power Rangers exists, but not the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So they're on the back roads. They haven't seen any cops, so it's fine. They have bigger problems if the cops pull them over and Skyler's in the back. Skyler's wanted for murder for his missing girlfriend.
And he's just out in the open.
So
come on. John's truck has a cap on it in the next rewrite.
So yeah, that would have to change. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you got to the end of chapter 11. Let us know down in the comment section what you're thinking of this chapter and the overall story if you've gone through all the chapters. And if you like the ending, why do you think I may have ended this instead of just having Skyler rescue Jenna again? Let me know there. Also, if you enjoyed this chapter, smash that like button. It helps us in the algorithm.
Yep.
The holy algorithm. I haven't done that in a while for these.
All sacrifice to the algorithm.
Also, subscribe because I have awesome running content here. Speaking of that awesome running content, I have 2 videos on screen right now that you should check out that I think can help you.